Excellent. Welcome back. So, one topic that we never ever get tired of, and that is money. How to spend it, when to spend it, and most importantly, how to save it. But how do you plan it? Here with us is Anna, and she is the money coach, Palomino, and she's here to tell us some how-to strategies and planning with our money for the last quarter. Welcome, Anna.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
It's my pleasure, particularly in this season. Christmas is coming up and everything. And what is the importance of strategy and planning when it comes to finances?
As it relates to the Christmas season, the thing is, we tend to get very excited. It's time to go off on break. It's time to go off on break. The lights are all on, and it's just a great vibe. You tend to forget all of the financial strategies that you would have been employing throughout the year if you've just started.
Right.
So it's important for you to go into the season just remembering that, hey, listen, this is what we're trying to achieve. We have to end the year strong, so we can't afford to forget all of the things that we've been employing throughout the year.
Hear you. I hear you. I got you. I got you. So it's very important strategy and planning. But how Christmas is coming, you're excited. You want to ensure that your family, your friends are having a really good time. How do you manage your money?
In the Christmas season, it's very simple. You just stick to the plan. You
I hear
stick to
you.
the plan. You make a plan, you devise a strategy, and you stick to it. No matter what's going on around you, what's important is that people tend to, when they're on their financial journey, they tend to want to invest 100% or as much as they can invest, and they leave out their wants money. So the result is that because we're all human beings, when it's Christmas time and you see your friends and your family members, you're going to end up breaking that plan that you made because we are human beings. It's important to make an allocation for your wants and just for your enjoyment
Yeah.
in the Christmas season.
Yeah, I love that you said that because a lot of us feel like the wants is frivolous. So you try and
Right.
be like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm only going to stick to the stuff that I need. But the fact that you've just said wants are important too,
They are.
particularly in this time. So, can you give us some tips though for saving money,
For saving money generally or just in the
generally
Christmas?
speaking? Because I don't want to only
So the
get caught up in the Christmas aspect of it, but generally, give us some tips for saving money.
Of course. So first thing is that you have to have an overall plan. You have to have a financial plan. You
Planning.
can't just get up and say, you know what, I'm just going to save some money. There's no objective. There's no ultimate goal. We have to find out what we're trying to achieve. Then we devise a strategy. And guess what? Do not trust yourself. Don't trust yourself. We don't have any time to be battling with ourselves in terms of, oh my God, should I do this? Shouldn't I do this? I did that. I forgot it. Put some standing orders in place. Put some automatic deductions in place. Have your employer send money to your savings account or your investment account. Another tip I have for you is when you are making your savings, your financial plan, ensure that you get the help or solicit the help of a professional. Most times, as Jamaicans, I find that, or just generally, I find that we tend to be pretty good savers, but we don't know much about investing. We don't know much about building out a portfolio. So it's good that you want to save. It's good that you have that inclination to. But perhaps there is something else that you should be doing in your portfolio, and you should ensure that you plan accounts for this and takes this into consideration.
Right. I think it's really interesting that you say to enlist a professional because a lot of us feel like we just listen to whatever our family has done before or whatever persons tell us. But my question is, you have persons who are watching now who are thinking, it's probably too late for me to now develop a financial portfolio. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I wish I had done that when I was or back in the day. Is it ever too late to
It's
start?
never too late. It's never too late. I have clients in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, even 60s. It's never too late. What's important, as I keep saying, we have to identify your goals. Once we identify your goals, we devise a strategy to get there. It's important that you understand what you are trying to achieve and that you put in the work and make the sacrifices to get there.
Yes.
But it's never too late. Never.
Never too late. And speaking of a time sensitive thing, I love that you say it's never too late, but it's also ever too early. I know persons are
It,
watching and they have children, they may have a newborn baby or a 2 year old or someone at high school. Is it ever too late, too early to start a portfolio for your children
it's
or?
never too early either. In fact, I have a book, Finance for Kids. It's very important for us to start teaching our children. the principles of finance, the principles of just money generally, from as early as they can just understand and as early as they can think and process this kind of information. We want to get them in the habit, because habits are so important. We want to get them in the habit of just good money management, good, well, I wouldn't say financial skills, but just understanding and appreciating the value of money and the value of building a portfolio as early as possible.
Excellent, Anna. Okay, I'm excited. The last quarter, I know you have 5 tips for us for strategy planning in the last quarter. Can you give us those tips, please, Anna?
Sure. So the first thing is, and I keep saying, you have to ascertain your goals for the last quarter. What's important is that for me, I'm very goal oriented. I need to know what I'm working towards. With me, I need to know what I'm working towards as relates to my clients. You need to know what you're working towards, because that's how we devise a strategy. We have to know what the end game is. But what's important, and this is my second tip, is do not try to achieve all of the goals that you set out to achieve in 2021, but you never do nothing. Just try to pick 3 and work with it, because you don't want to get so overwhelmed that, just how the brain works, you get so overwhelmed, it induces stress, anxiety. The result, you don't want to do anything. You just want to sit down and watch Netflix and sleep or go hang out because you're so stressed.
Yeah.
Pick 3, even fewer than 3, just 3 major goals. Or if you have 1 big goal, don't try to flood your brain with all of these goals that you should have been working on from earlier. Just pick 3 and let's work on it, right?
Gotcha.
The third one I would say is devise a strategy to achieve these goals. And the strategy you should break it all the way down to action items, daily action items. Listen, we do have time, we only have not even 2 months properly.
Not even.
So we have to make sure that every day counts. But for us to do that, we have to know what we're supposed to be doing every single day, or as much as possible. So when you're making your strategy, start with a major goal and distill it all the way down to daily action items. So, you're not wasting any time. The fourth tip I have for you is, and this one is a little difficult for most people, it's you need to commit to the strategy. You need to have some discipline now.
See it through.
Listen, you have to have discipline. I wasn't on your case from January to October. All of that time, you could have gotten away with the lack of discipline. But now that we're trying to really achieve something, we have to commit to the plan. We have to commit to the strategy. You have to turn your eye from the fancy cake, the fancy food, the going out every Friday. We have some goals that we're trying to achieve. So you're going to have to just make the sacrifices and make it work. The last tip I have for you, which is the most important, celebrate when you achieve your goals. Celebrate. It's most times we get so caught up in just going and getting it done. We don't really celebrate, and we don't realize that that's actually more harmful than it is helpful. The thing is that how our brains work, we want to celebrate. We want a reason to feel good and to get going. When you do it that way, you actually get more motivated to keep going and just keep pressing. That's why when you start seeing results, you get more motivated to keep going. So celebrate. Okay, you worked hard for this.
Excellent.
You made all these sacrifices. Make sure you make some time to celebrate. Just even to just buy yourself one liquor ice cream and celebrate.
I love that. So you don't need to celebrate with something big. You can celebrate with even the smallest thing, as long as you're patting yourself on the back for a job well done. Thank you so much, Anna. Those are some great tips there. We really appreciate it. Thank you. So that was Anna, the money coach Palomino, dropping some gems on money strategy for the last quarter. And guess what, guys? It's time to take a break. We'll soon come. Don't miss.